and my name is Nkadeshola, and you are welcome to virtual farm tour of my farm, of an organic farm. Now, this video is produced courtesy of Food Bridge mentorship session. Food Bridge is led by Mr. Madam Maureen Duru, and so this video is courtesy of the organization. They were the one that organized this video for mentorship sessions for food production. So here, welcome to the farm. I'm an organic farmer. I'm Nkadeshola. I'm an organic farmer. I have a degree in geology and a master's in geophysics, but I cross over to food production. Now let's talk about organic food. When we talk of organic food, organic is about growing healthy food, as in, okay, I want to know what I'm eating. I don't want to eat synthetic. I don't want to eat chemicals. I want to keep them healthy. So starting from the organic food, there are two types of ways of growing your food. You can grow your food directly, or you can plant crop directly, and you can plant crop through the nursery system. So when you're talking of the nursery system, here we come to the nursery. From when you want to start your nursery, you have to use what we call manure, composted manure. It could be composted poultry waste or whatever. Example of composted manure is what we have here. See, look at it here. This is what we put on the beds there. These are composted manure. These are cattle dung, you see? These are cattle dung that have composted over a long period of time, minimum of 3 months. You can see grasses and everything inside. This is cattle dung. You can either use cattle dung or poultry waste to produce for the base. Instead of using NPK, the synthetic fertilizer, inside this cattle dung there are nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, and all the other chemical units that you really want to use that will boost your crop for you, that will make you have a good production. They are all present inside this compost, and is a natural form. So from here, when you prepare your bed like this, you see the way we prepare the bed, we call manure honey. When you prepare your bed like this, then you come over, then you plant inside it. This is the way we plant inside our bed. Come and look at it. This is the peppers, you see? This is the peppers coming out. Look at them underneath here. You can see the peppers in lines. These are pepper, chili pepper. These are coming up. This is what we planted here. Then you come over, see tomatoes. See tomatoes there. These are the nursery section, you see. These are the nursery section. Now from the nursery section is where, from the nursery section you picked it up and you moved your crop. After they pass through 3 weeks in the nursery, you move them right there and come to the beds there. You see, you can see the beds. You come here, you put them here. You can see this is the pepper. From the nursery, you move them to the beds there. Now the second form of planting that we'll talk about. Second form of planting, if you don't want to plant through nursery, is when you are planting corn, you are planting beans, you are planting corn, you are planting beans, or you are planting your cucumber. Look at the corn farm here. See, we planted this corn directly. Now, what I mean by directly is that you just pick the seed and put it into the soil. You have with the soil that has been treated, that's been added with manure. Because you have the manure on the soil, you put the seed inside and you start giving it water. Since there's manure already, composted manure, you can see the corn. They are coming out. You see 1, 2. You see 1, 2. You see 1, 2. 1, 2, almost everything is coming up with 2 cups. That is direct planting, and that's the effect of manure because they are well fed. If you feed them very well, then you have plenty crops. Now this is what we call raised bed. You can see this part here. It is called raised bed. You see, raised bed. On the raised bed, we have plants. We put on the raised bed, and they grow. Now in some places we do combination okra and house and maize. Now we're moving to the cucumber side. On the cucumber side is also direct planting. Tomato, pepper are nursery. Tomato, cabbage, pepper, eggplant, they are nursery plants, nursery crop. You have to find them through nursery. See the peppers there. Look at the peppers. You can see this one is almost fruiting. This one is almost fruiting. This raised bed also has manure. You see, this is cattle dung again. You see, supply with water. That's what we use to plant. So now again we now move to the cucumber side. Look at the cucumber here. See, this is also the same method we use. We put cattle dung, we put irrigation system. You see the drip tapes. It's locked right now. You can open it like this. You lock it back. We put the drip tapes and we hang it up. And you see the cucumber climb the tree by themselves. And you see they become a group. I won't be able to enter enter inside to show you, because they are already crawling on the footpath and everything. And so if I enter, I'll be destroying them. I'll be stopping their growth. I'll be disrupting their growth. So you see the way they covered up, and everywhere is covered. You can come and see. You can see bees, because we don't use synthetic. The bees are coming here. See another one. The bees are coming here to pollinate the crop, and this is what will give us more yield. This is what will give us better fruit. You can see the bees. You can see them. They're not scared of us. You can see the cucumber fruits in here. Look at it there. See, these are the cucumbers that are coming up. See, and you can see plenty flowers, just because we did not use synthetic. If we had used synthetic, we'll have killed we will have killed the bees. You know what I mean? When you use pesticide, all these poisonous pesticide, the first thing you do when you do like this, the crops just, you are going to kill the bees and everything. And when you kill the bees, it's going to reduce your production. How does it reduce it? The bees pollinate by moving from this flower to another flower to another flower, and they carry the pollens that increase your fruiting from one stage to another to another to another. So you end up having plenty fruit, and that is why we can say, okay, on an acre, on this plot, if I do this well, if I do this, I can get this. But by the time you use synthetic and you spray, you already kill the bees. So who will pollinate for you? Who will move this? You can see who will pollinate for you if you kill the bees. Wind pollination is not really that common. See another fruit in here. I'm not going to go inside, just at the tip for you to see. You can see on a stalk, 1, 2, 3 cucumbers. You see them coming up, and still more. And you can see the bees. You see them playing with me here. So that is how we do on the farm here. So now, from what you've seen here, it's obvious that using organic, using natural method, using composted manure, increase and boost your yield multiple times. Wow! Now somebody is just showing me, see cucumber that is fruiting. You see this cucumber. You see now. You see. And this cucumber is just about 6 weeks old, 6 to 7 weeks old. So that's what I say. Here we've never used NPK. We've not used pesticide, so that we will not kill the bees. So that will not kill the bees. Now moving from here again, you see the peppers. See the way the peppers are arranged on the bed. Look at this arrangement here. Look at this arrangement here. You see the peppers. You see they are flowering. Because you put manure, you can see the arrangement. They are already flowering, and everything. So some corn came in just to come and play. So this is how this is part of the onions that we harvested the last time we planted onions, and it's still surviving. Inside the pepper, you can see some onions are still scattered around. These are the peppers. So from here now, we're moving to the question time. Farmers time. Okay, now the first question we have says,
which is better for vegetable, chicken manure or cattle dung?
Okay, now the question is, which is better for vegetable planting, cattle manure or cattle dung? Now the difference between the two is this. You see, when you use both are good for your vegetable, because both contain potassium, calcium, nitrogen, and some micronutrients like the manganese, the molybdenum, all those things they were teaching in chemistry that time that you were not listening to the teachers. You will find them in agric now when you come to the farm. So so all those things, it's true, because we're not bothered then. So all those things, you find them in those things. Now how do we get them? But because cattle feed on grasses, cattle eat grasses, leaves and everything, the cattle come in and they'll finish all this corn, then they will go and shoot the corn somewhere else. So because cattle do that, you find out that when you use cattle dung, the first thing that comes with your plant is the weed, because it feeds on that weed, and it's the weed you use again. It's just like you got back the nitrogen you gave to the cattle to eat, that kind of thing. So because of that, weed come with your crop. You have plenty weed, so be prepared to weed more when you are using cattle dung. But in poultry, their feed are well composted, and not well composted, well dissolved. You know what I mean? It is well dissolved, so hence you don't have much of the weed will be there, but not as much as when you use cattle dung. Now the second question says, okay, it's cool now, Abby. Now the second question says,
do you also use plant material for composting?
And we're supposed to stay there to answer that. Okay, yes, we use plant material how do we use plant material? You see, when we work on the farm, we weed. I told you we weed. We don't burn grasses. We don't burn grasses. We don't burn the grasses. We don't destroy them because we use them to supply our nitrogen. But you see, these are grasses. These are plant material. You see, these are plant material. You see, these are plant material. So what we do eventually is we pack them back and put on the bed. See on the bed, you can see grasses, plant material. See them in our compost. You see grass material inside the compost. You see. So we use plant material for our compost. And how these ones on the footpath. You see, all these grasses. We're going to get them back onto the bed, and then they mix up with the bed, and those are the things. These are how we're going to use. That's what the plant we used to grow. That's what the plant we used to develop for us to have a good crop. So, and then our composted material. Second question, third question.
Okay, third question. How many seeds of cucumber can be planted on the plot of land?
Okay. How many seeds of cucumber can be planted on a plot of land? Okay, let's look at it this way here. You see, let's do this cucumber plant. Let's look at this cucumber plant. You see?
Yeah.
You see? Okay. You can see. Look at this other cucumber that are just coming up. You see them? You see? We planted 1, 2, 3, 4. You see the way we planted them? So on this bed like this, on this bed, you see? On this bed like this, we're supposed to have 300 plants. This is one raised bed. You see? From that top to this place is 25 meters. So we're supposed to have 320 plants. I approximate it to 300 plants because definitely you will lose some. You can imagine this is missing, another one is missing, so you will definitely lose some. You can't have all the beds cannot be filled up at the same time. So you say if you have 300 on one bed, and in my own 1 acre, in our own 1 acre, we design our farm in such a way that on 1 acre you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, till you get to number 80. If you can measure 25 meters by this 2 meters, then if you have 80 of that bed, you are going to be having 1 acre land. You will have used 1 acre land. And with calculation, what I got outside is that 1 acre is 6 plots. So if 1 acre is 6 plots, so if in 1 acre 300 plants multiply by 80, you get 24,000 plants. So if you have 24,000 plants, it means in one plot you are going to be having, divide 24,000 by 6, since there are 6 plots in 1 acre. So you mean on one plot you'll be having 4,000 plants of cucumber. If you can manage it well, you are good. Yeah. The posting is a huge work. When I say it's a huge work, imagine I'm having, see this side, see this big side, see the other side too, see so many sides. So to compost, what we do is that when the cattle rearers, the cattle owners, they leave the cattle rearers and the poultry waste. Sometimes we go to the poultry. At the poultry, we come out the wet waste. We bring the wet waste out. When we bring the wet waste out, we now leave it outside. We spread it outside for a very long time. During the period, you see, the wet one has high content of nitrogen, high content of everything. If you put it directly on the soil and you plant inside, you burn those plants because the nitrogen concentrate is too much. So because we don't do that, so what we rather do is, okay, we bring them out, spread them outside. By the time we spread them outside, the sun, the rain, the whatever, it will cool them down, reduce the content, reduce the, you understand, it reduces them, and by the time it reduces them, then it's easier for us to go and pack it and then move it to the farm and then mixing with the grasses. You can see the footpath because we weed manually, so we mix it with them. Then for you to be able to use those waste, the cattle dung and everything, it must have turned to powder. You know what I mean by powder? See, the cattle dung must have, see the cattle dung here. This is the composted cattle dung we have here. You can see the composted cattle dung. You won't imagine if somebody has shown you this and said, this is my, you see this is cattle dung. Yeah, because these are still over 3, 4, 5 months. You see, this is cattle dung. You can see this is cattle dung. You can see the grasses, the plants, everything. This is what we pour on the soil. This is what we mix with the soil. We mix some quantity. We mix with the soil. Like on one of the acre, we use about 5 bags, a full 5 bags load. Put it on the soil, spread it, and we plant inside it. This is what we use to plant. This is the composted cattle dung, and we have them. You can see the bags that we use to pack them. We have a lot of them on the farm. Without this, we don't plant, and without this, we don't plant. So this is how we use our compost. You can see these are cattle dungs over time, and this is what we used to plant. Okay, the next.
Are Nigeria aware of organic products?
Yeah, yes, people are aware. People are conscious of their health. They know things. You know, the incidence of people going to the clinic all the time, you pay. And even you are not at ease, you get sick, there's enough increase in cancer, bone this, what that. You see people asking donation for health, for this, they don't know what happened and everything. So people are beginning to be more conscious about what they eat. You see, for instance, when we talk about I know we work with some group of people that they look for organic food. They will pay anything to get organic food, as in look, wherever it is, I want my food. I want to know the source of my food. I want to be sure this is where my food is coming from. I want to be sure, this is what is put into my food. So people are scared of, people are aware of organic food. Yes, there are people that specifically look for organic food in Nigeria, and they won't buy anything if they are not sure of the source of the food. Next.
Is organic farming cheaper than normal farming?
Okay, when you are talking of cheaper is a common word. I won't say it's cheaper and I won't say it's not cheaper. When we say organic food, it's cheaper. No, I don't know how to put that, but I will explain something. What I understand is that, you see, if you are doing organic, you don't go to the market to buy synthetic fertilizer. You don't go to the market to buy pesticide. You can just mix your dongoyaro, do your combination of marigold, do your lemongrass, and what we do on the farm is, okay, look at over there. Come on, see. I planted lemongrass. I planted some other crop that helps to keep away pests and disease. When we say, I show you. Look at this. Okay, look at this. This is lemongrass planted on the farm. You can see this is lemongrass. You see the lemongrass. So we planted this because they resist pests. And sometimes we have marigold on the farm. We don't have them right now. And sometimes we have basil on the farm. All these things we put in different locations so that they can help us resist pests and disease. With this, they reduce the cost we are spending on pesticide. They reduce the money I used to buy chemical or whatever. No, they reduce it. The second thing is we go for dongoyaro. See, I have to plant a dongoyaro tree on my farm because I want to be able to use it anytime I want to. So I can just go to the dongoyaro tree, cut it.
Which one is dongoyaro?
Neem tree.
Okay.
Look at it over there. That's it now. That's where you sit and you almost sleep under it most of the time. Have you?
Yes.
That's the neem tree.
Yes.
You don't know? Oh my God. You shouldn't graduate. Okay, so so we plant dongoyaro. You've seen us use it.
Yes.
You cut it, grind it, blend it, do whatever you want with it, and spray your farm. Then have you ever seen us use pesticide?
No.
And you've been there how many months?
3 months now.
Okay, you see now. So the next question.
Why did you choose organic?
Okay, organic. You see, like I said, about 2014. I've not really started farming. We are still doing whatever. I just know I want to export. So when I now say I want to export, I came across this group called ACP. When I came across ACP, they now took us on a training in 2014. It was a 2-week training, intensive training. And the way they taught us, they got me scared about eating chemicals. You know what I mean? When somebody put you through, they showed you the effects and they practicalize it for you. They show you papers, they give you this and say, look, this, cholecystectomy. So since then, I was scared because look at it. If I said I want to be using chemical, I want to be using synthetic. If I want to spray my farm, there's no way I will not touch the chemical. There's no way it will not split on somebody's body. There's no way it will not, you don't understand. And then the protective wear and every other thing. Actually, when we were taught then, we were told that you should control the limits at which we use it. But in my own mind, I felt, how will I control the limits when I don't even know, you know, because you notice many farmers don't even bother to read the label. They just, they turn the head and they start spraying. And, you know, they don't know the effect it has on them. So since then, I got scared. You know, when I say scared, really, really scared, I was so scared about using chemicals. So I try to find a way. I choose to find a way to keep away from chemicals. And the best way for me, the other alternative I have, is doing organic. So I choose organic naturally. It's not that, you know. And even then, people will say, how are you doing organic? Well, I said, look, it's not for anybody, for my own case. Because, okay, look, I'm very scared. On the farm now, we're very, maybe see what we can go roving over there. See this. Maybe we've used one chemical, somebody put it there, and the boys, they just pick it, put water and drink. I'm always scared of those things. So I prefer to go natural. And then for my own sake, see, you see me, sport, everything, whatever. And then joining synthetic again. Prevention is better than cure, so I just choose it. It's something I love, you know. I just grow. I love what I do, going natural and every other thing.
Okay, and the last question is, do you have the market for your products?
Okay, yeah. That's what people always say. You see, in 2000 and about 6-7 years ago when I started, there was no market. When I said there was no market, I mean there was no market. You grow organic, and at the end of the day, you still go to the same market as the general market. You understand? Even in the market, they don't recognize organic. They don't even know if it's organic. All they want is it must be fine. And most times, organic product may not be fine. Fine. When you talk of fine, it's you know, organic. I don't even know how to play. Sometimes with what you use, the shape might not be too fine, but they are healthy. But people look at the pictures, the fine, the aesthetics, and the everything. So because people are considering the aesthetics, the pictures, and you know, and not actually what is there, whenever we produce them, we go to the same market. But you see, I was not disturbed. I was not, you know, even in my community, everyone will say, she's just suffering herself. Who will buy organic? You know, that kind of thing. But gradually with time, people keep telling themselves, if you want organic, go and meet Yinka. If you want this, go and meet him. You understand? So of now, currently, as I speak with you, it's still a new thing. It's still to Nigeria. It's still a gradual development. But right now, we find out, to be candid with you, we have customers that we supply on regular basis. They want to buy from us alone because they are sure, okay, I know what I'm eating. This is organic. This is the market, and they pay premium price for it. As in, okay, we sell in kg, and this is the price. And well, yes, I'm ready to pay for it because I know you struggle for it. You know, so I think yes, to some extent the market is not really boom, but I can say we're just building it, and it's encouraging, to be candid, very, very encouraging. So for those of you that may want to join the organic circle and everything, how we say, take your time to start. You can't change to organic or natural just one at once. No, it takes you, it's a gradual process. For instance, if you on the farm here, I've been here 6-7 years. We've never used NPK, we've never used chemical. Despite that nobody recognized what we were doing then, despite that nobody, but I still keep pushing. But now that things are getting a bit better, people are requesting for it and everything. You see, if you want to change, you have to be steady at it. As in, it's not about, okay, I want to make money right now, right away. No, you first need to practice your system. You first need to learn your system. You first need to learn the method. And to be candid, somebody asks if organic is cheaper or whatever. The difference between organic and synthetic is this: if I grow 20 raised bed of organic cucumber, see the cucumber here. If I grow 20 raised bed, you see this here is 20 bed. The other one I showed you there is also 20 bed. If I grow 20 raised bed of organic and I use manure and everything, at the end of the day, I will harvest more than somebody that grows 5 acres, 3 acres of. If I grow just this my 20, I will harvest more than somebody that grows 2 acres of synthetic. Why? Because you saw the bees doing pollination for me. I will have more fruit than what synthetic people are producing, because the bees will help me to pollinate. You know, like for instance, you can see a plant will be having 3 fruits or 4 fruits or 5 fruits, just because I did not kill the bees. I did not kill the natural insecticide there. So for me, I think that justifies the stress of doing organic, of doing synthetic. You understand? For instance, I grow 1 acre, you grow 5 acres, and I'm still harvesting the same thing as you. You understand? So honestly, I will even get more returns than you. So to me, organic is more beneficial than growing synthetic. One, to your health. One, to your health, to your workers' health, to everybody's health, to your group, to everything. You are happy, you are keeping yourself. Secondly, financially, yes, it justifies the means. at the end of the day. Even the yield, even if you are not selling at different price, you are selling at the same price in the market. The yield alone justified it, because from my 20 bears grown properly, I'm expecting 100 bags of cucumber, and you know what that means in the market. From your own, maybe it's from your own 2 acres before you can get that much. So organic justified it means still sell it. So I will encourage you to take the step, to learn the step, to be natural, to learn how to grow natural. It's quite beneficial. Thank you. And once again, my name is Mita Adeshola, an organic farmer. Okay.